Nation, been waiting all day for this one, baby. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. You already know what time it is, man. Thank you to everybody here in the building already. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. Make sure you wipe them feet, you guys. For first-time listeners, that means hit that thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. We're trying to get to 25K. We're almost there, y'all. Can't do it without you guys. We have 1 week left in the season. And, we're going to talk about that game a little later, but there's a lot to talk about right now in these Raiders streets. Coaching wise, a lot of our captains are coming out and praising our coach right now. We're going to talk about that here shortly. We're going to talk about a few potential draft picks in this stacked draft class coming up. But real quick, man, let me show some love to all my people, man. Just another DJ salute to you, brother. Yes, a late night PM coffee and convo, man. Salute to Clone Avenger, the Juice. What's good, my brother? Classic man Q, Robert Cineros, all my members in the building, man. Kenny Mack. Salute to my guys, man. I appreciate you. Raider Rudy, Joe, Tim Chubb, all my people, man. Let's get to it, man. I see Hammer was live today. I see my brother Wasted was live today. I was gonna do one this morning, but I said, you know what? I like the energy sometimes at night. You know what I mean? I had a lot of stuff that I had to do today, so I kind of waited on it. You know what I mean? But we here. We're about to have a good time. You already know what it is. Get them questions in, you guys. We're going to definitely talk. Also, just got a text from Hondo. He just asked me, you guys, when he would like me to have him back on the podcast. Let me know in the comment section real quick, you guys. Would you guys like to see Hondo on the show this weekend? Would you like to see him on here again shortly? Flood the comment section. Let me know. I know the last time me and Wasted had him on, it was a real goodie. And I know everybody was hitting me up, loving the show. So Hondo hit me up and said, you know what, man, let's run it back. So let me know in the comment section if you guys would like to see that again. I know he's been doing this thing with his podcast. Been getting a lot of intel. Me and Hondo talk. We text a lot. Good dude. Would love to have him come back on the show, man, and shoot the shit. Q says after the Denver game. I think so, man, because once the season is up, we can and I think Hondo will be a little freed up to talk about anything that he wants to talk about once the last game is over. You may be on to something, Q. Salute to my guy. Lewis is running back. Definitely. Salute to my guy, LT. Yes, you know this show. Wildin' when Hondo is on. Salute to my guy, man. And Ant says the same thing next week after the Broncos game. Salute. So what I'm going to do is I'll reach out to him and say, let's get my guy in. After the season is up, and we'll definitely run it back. And also, you guys, I want you to know we're working on a few guests, former players, present players right now. We have a few goodies on the way, so stay tuned. You'll actually be surprised by a few of these moves that we got coming up. So we're locking them in, locking in times, locking in dates. Stay tuned. I think you're going to like it, man. Christian, AP is going to be the guy I think he gives us the best chance. I'm big on us drafting a quarterback in the first round unless potentially Bo Nix drops to the second and we can get a good guard or tackle for the right side. I'm happy you brought that up, Christian, because, speaking of the draft, salute to Heavy, and also, man, salute to what is his name again? I think it's Trevor Sakima of Pro Football Focus. He put out there today, and this is a guy you guys know. I pretty much took this dude in every one of my first round mock drafts in the first round. If it's not a quarterback, a lot of my mock drafts were heavy trading back up into the first to get one, or Justin Fields. But it looks as though Chicago may keep Justin Fields around. But they agree that Jazon Newton is the player the Raiders should target, the defensive tackle out of Illinois. Raiders could certainly be in the quarterback conversation, but with many of the first rounders spoken for in this exercise, we instead look to the defense. Sakima wrote in the January 2nd column, just because Newton doesn't play quarterback doesn't make him any less perfect for the Raiders, who desperately need a difference maker on the interior or for the run and pass game. Newton is one of the only few, maybe only, first round caliber interior defensive line. And I agree with them. This isn't really a deep defensive tackle class. My apologies, you guys. I don't know why I was lagging. My apologies. But I agree. If you can get Newton out of Illinois in the first round, and maybe you can somehow, some way, trade back up into the first round, maybe you can do it. You know what I mean? We have a bunch of draft capital. We can move around, but Newton is the guy if you don't go quarterback in the first round. I'm telling y'all that now, man. If you put Newton in the interior of that defensive line with Max Crosby on the edge, Malcolm Kuntz on the edge, with Tyree Wilson starting to develop in the interior next to Newton, man, it could be pretty nice. That could be a stacked defensive line moving forward, and all young guys. Could you imagine that? Max Crosby being the elder on the defensive line. Insane. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let me see. We're going to need an edge rusher if Kuntz walks. I say bring in Uso. Latu, Sacramento resident. I like Latu. For those who have no idea what LT is talking about, the young edge rusher out of UCLA. I'm going to talk about him, LT, a lot in the offseason. I'm actually kind of preparing a quick hit video with him, so stay tuned for that. But we still have Malcolm Kuntz on one more year. He still has one more year in his deal. Okay, so there's no rush. And if he can live up to the hype that he created for himself this season, next year, we may have to pay him a shit ton of money, man. So you may be on to something. And to be real, I already think that we should go get an edge rusher anyways in this draft class, not early, mid rounds, maybe even later rounds, and develop one just in case we can't afford to keep Malcolm Kuntz, because it's going to be, if he comes out next year and has north of 10 sacks, it's going to be difficult to keep him, with Max with that insane deal, which is well-deserved. And then in a few years, if Tyree continues to develop, we're going to have to pay him. You know what I mean? So, but yes, I like the young edge rusher out of UCLA. We're definitely going to talk about him a lot in the offseason. Salute to Franklin Skinner, my guy. Also, my boy, man, Planet Raiders on. As much as I want the best for our team, I feel like my Raider fan bias wants us to keep AP. He might not be the best experienced coach, but he has the willingness to be better, and he is best for us. Now, this is the thing, Raider Ryan, right? Salute to you, brother. And you guys, a lot of people are saying I'm changing my tune. No, I'm not changing my tune. I love AP. And to be real with you, if we can keep AP, great. But if there's a better option out there, you guys, we can't be prisoners of the moment. We cannot be prisoners of the moment. I know you guys watched Davante's presser today. He said that, he wants AP to be the guy, that the locker room wants him to be the guy, right? I mean, at this point, what is AP? 4-4 this season. He's trying to get it done with an inexperienced OC, a first-time OC with Bo Hardegree, a bunch of players that he probably didn't have his hands in drafting, right? So does he deserve to have another season or two to try and figure it out on his own? Definitely. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm sorry. If Harbaugh is a realistic option, Mark's going Harbaugh. I understand that, he loves his players. He loves to get Davante's feedback, Max's feedback, and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, Mark Davis is still the guy to call the shots. And if Jim Harbaugh is there for the taking, if he says, I'm leaving Michigan, I want to come to the NFL, I'm going to be real with y'all. Harbaugh is going to be a Raider. Simple and plain. Former Raider in the past. He could bring in his guy, on the coaching staff, I believe it was a QB coach a while back. He could bring David Shaw in, another former Stanford guy, to call the O. I'm going to be real, y'all. I love AP. I love AP. And this is not me saying don't keep AP. This is saying if Jim Harbaugh is a realistic option, and like Vinny B put in his article the other day, phenomenal article by Vinny B also, saying that it's in play right now. It's already in play, pretty much in motion. If Jim Harbaugh, the Raiders, Mark Davis and Jim Harbaugh, it's in play at this point. I do believe it is. I believe so. I believe that it is in play. And I believe if Harbaugh states that he wants to leave Michigan with all this crazy sanction stuff going on at Michigan and all this other stuff, I think he does want to leave. I think he sees the success that his brothers had at the highest level in the NFL. He's probably going to go on and win a Super Bowl this year with Baltimore, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this is Jim Harbaugh's job if he wants it. If he wants it. And I know people don't want to hear that. I know people don't want to hear, or people are going to say, we don't want another rebuild. We don't want our players disgruntled. I'm sorry. If you're playing at the highest level in the NFL, Max Crosby would love to be coached by Jim Harbaugh. Davante Adams from EPA, very familiar with the Stanford situation. It's a local thing out there, right? He knows what Jim Harbaugh has done at the collegiate level with Stanford, with Michigan, in the NFL with the Niners. I mean, this is the same guy that went out, I believe in, 2011, you guys, and drafted Alden Smith in the first round, got Colin Kaepernick out of Nevada in the second round. He's had some success at the NFL level. You know what I mean? Now, is Harbaugh a different type of coach than AP? Definitely. I just don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, okay? I love AP. I love what he brings to this locker room. I love what he brings to the fan base. I watched his presser today. I was as excited as you guys were. I was all through the comments section like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the energy. But at what happens, though, you guys, if that doesn't translate into success, at that point, what do we do, right? Because this is the first time the nation, like, we're calling for AP to be the coach. You know what I'm saying? Most people didn't want Josh McDaniels to be the coach. I'm gonna be real. A lot of people wanted John Gruden to come back because of the nostalgic feel. I was one of them. You know what I mean? I was totally wrong about John Gruden coming back and being the coach the second time around. But I'm just saying this. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. I want a proven winner. AP still has to get there. You know what I mean? And the one thing I'm worried about, you guys, is the offensive coordinator, position. Filling that vacancy in the offseason. With Harbaugh, I think that there's going to be way more options to bring in to call the O than Antonio Pierce would have. I don't know, and this, to be real with you guys, this really isn't. I'm not that excited about a lot of these offensive coordinators that may be looking for a job this offseason. This isn't really the greatest offseason to bring in an offensive coordinator. That's why I'm not against bringing in a Jim Harbaugh that will probably bring in some of his own guys and proven guys. David Shaw has coached in the NFL. He's coached, at the collegiate level. I'm just saying this. Love AP. And this is a feel-good season for him to come in and help change the culture and do all that other stuff. But I definitely want to win. I want to win. And, can AP do that? Potentially. Definitely. Has he done it before? No, he hasn't. Has Jim Harbaugh? Yes. I mean, shit, he's still winning right now. He has a national championship game coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing with AP that I'm worried about is he's a great head coach. Graham would probably stick around if he doesn't find, a head coaching position, which I don't think he will. So I think he would stick around. But the thing that scares me about Antonio Pierce is that vacancy at offensive coordinator. I just don't know who would come in and be the guy. I don't know. I don't know, because I don't want this to be another scenario, you guys, where we bring in AP and the defense is flying and clicking on all cylinders. And then once again, we're going through the same shit that we're going through right now offensively. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a real play caller on the offensive side of the football, man. So, and we're going to go over a few coaches, you guys. We're going to talk about a few things. I see a lot of Kellen Moore. That's bullshit. Kellen Moore is not going to be the Raiders head coach. I see that he has the highest odds to be our head coach. He's the offensive coordinator for the Chargers right now. He may even take that head coaching position over if Harbaugh doesn't go there or if Bill Belichick doesn't go there. But I've seen some of those names on that list, and I'm going to be real. I don't even really want to go over it because it's just a waste of time, because most of those names, I mean, AP wasn't even on the list. Let's just say that. AP wasn't even on the list. That's how you know the list is bogus. Kellen Moore has the highest chances, the highest odds of becoming our head coach. It's like, come on, man. Like, let's stop with the cap. You know what I mean? There's only a few names that I'm realistically looking at in terms of being our head coach of the future. That's AP, that's Harbaugh, and potentially Ben Johnson if that $15 million a season rumor is not true. that is someone that I definitely would take a look at also. But there's not too many other names that I'm looking at. Tomlin is going to be with the Steelers. They're not going to move on from him. Once again, he's finding a way to sneak his team into the playoffs. It looks as though he's going to do it again, right? Dan Quinn, to me, is a glorified defensive coordinator. I think it's very, very smart of him to stay on the defensive side of the football. He was a good head coach with the Atlanta Falcons, but a lot of that success, came from Shanahan calling that offense. You know what I mean? So, but I think the only realistic guys to take a look at is Jim Harbaugh, which I think is very realistic, you guys. I think with him going to get a new agent, and his familiarity with the NFL, I do believe that he is a realistic option. And I'm sorry, you guys, to everybody that's out there screaming AP, if Harbaugh calls Mark and says, I want the job, it's Jim Harbaugh's job, you guys. It is. It's Harbaugh's job. It's Harbaugh's job. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let me get these supers in real fast and get some more of you guys' questions. Salute to Joe. If Harbaugh wins the Natty, he's gone from Michigan. I agree. Like, what else would he have to prove in college? I'm skeptical because I don't want Harbaugh running the GM room like Gruden, McDaniels did. I mean, Joe, at this point, think about it. He didn't have to at the NFL level. Trent Balk was the guy, that was the GM. And we heard a few rumblings about, them bumping heads or being at odds, but that happens in the NFL. I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think you guys will be shocked to hear that most GMs and head coaches aren't always on the same page, right? They're always going to have a difference of opinion. It's about coming together, figuring out what's best for the team and putting it all together. But the GMs and head coaches, they're going to be at odds. You know what I mean? One guy may want somebody else. We heard it right now with Ziegler and Josh McDaniels, best friends, and they weren't on the same page at all. But I don't think that Jim Harbaugh is going to come in and demand to be that GM / head coach. I don't. I know a lot of people think so. I don't think so. I think if Champ Kelly stays, he'll let Champ Kelly. Well, I ain't gonna say he's gonna let Champ Kelly do his job, but Champ's gonna do his job. If Ed Dodds is the guy that comes in to be the new GM, if Jim Harbaugh's the guy, I think he allows Dodds to do his job. I don't think that Harbaugh is going to demand as much power as most people think in the nation. I don't think this is a John Gruden situation. I don't think this is a Josh McDaniels situation. I think that Harbaugh knows, he's been there. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's never won one. There's still a lot to prove at the NFL level. And I don't think he's going to come in being this guy that's going to power trip and expect to have every final decision. I don't think that's going to be Jim Harbaugh. I don't. Salute to Joe on a $10 donation. Salute to my guy, John. Groundhog's Day. Look, another damn coaching controversy. I hate it one day before I'm dead. Maybe get some stability and finally build a winner. I mean, look, at this point, John, when you're always around that 500 range and you're kind of in purgatory, you know what I'm saying? Or you're fucking 4-13. And I mean, look at the Gruden, 4-12 and we've had some nasty seasons as of late, the 7-9s, the 8-8s. Right. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're always going to be looking at the next best thing to be that guy. And right now, to be real with you, we invested so much into Josh McDaniels and David Ziegler. These past 2 drafts, they were the guys to bring in all these guys. They handled all the free agency period. They brought in Davante. They brought in Chandler Jones. You know what I mean? And then we had the change, with prior with Gruden to Bisaccia to Josh McDaniels. We're always we've always been in this coaching carousel. But I'm gonna be real, John. And can I be real quick, you guys? I hope and pray that AP gets the job and he is the guy of the future. But I don't think if Jim Harbaugh gets the job, I don't think we're gonna be talking like this. I think that if Harbaugh gets the job, he's gonna be the coach for the foreseeable future. I don't think we're going to be having this coaching carousel every 3 or 4 years. You're going to hear a lot with AP, right? Because of him not really having the coaching experience at the highest level as a head coach. He's always been a linebackers coach, an assistant head coach in Arizona State / linebackers coach. You know what I mean? This is the first time he's actually getting his feet wet as a head coach. So every game that he loses, you're going to hear, man, we should have went another direction. We should have did this. We should have did that. I don't think you're going to hear that with Jim Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh is going to come in, be a guy that's going to, help us win immediately. I think he's going to tinker with the roster. I do. I think he's going to bring in a few of his own guys. You know what I'm saying? If he is the guy to come in. But I don't think we're going to have that coaching carousel with Jim Harbaugh because, for one, if we sign AP, he's going to be a guy that's going to sign a short term deal. Mark Davis is going to say, we love you, but you have to earn your keep. With Harbaugh, he's going to sign him to a massive deal. A lot of it's going to be guaranteed. He'll be our guy. I'm not going to say it's going to be a John Gruden-esque type deal, but it'll be one of those long-term deals where we don't have to worry about him going anywhere. He's going to be given some time to build this team the way he sees fit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm sick of it too, John. I'm sick of this coaching carousel thing, but I also know if you bring in a guy like Jim Harbaugh who's proven, I think that I think we're going to see a lot less of this coaching carousel. And you guys, to be real, we wouldn't be here now if Gruden in those emails didn't come out. Let's just keep it a buck. I don't know if we would have been a winning team, but he had a 10-year deal. Mark Davis has tried to end, you know what I'm saying, this coaching carousel year in and year out. He gave Gruden a 10-year, $100 million deal. He signed Josh McDaniels to a 4-year deal. Like he has tried to end this cycle. It's just it's never ending because of the Gruden emails and because of Josh McDaniels not getting it done. I think that if Jim Harbaugh comes in, we're not going to hear too much of that. Truly do. Salute to my guy Richard, man. Y'all don't forget that AOC was a walk-on and earned his shit. The kid has good work ethic. Draft young Knicks, then let them earn it, man. Salute to my guy. Yes, AOC was like 8th on the depth chart at Purdue. So ended up winning that starting job, and then there was a lot of rumblings last year about him. Other teams as well, but I heard a lot about the Raiders being excited about Aiden O'Connell in those mid rounds. And yeah, man, look, Aiden has struggled, you guys. This is how he's supposed to look. He's a 4th round guy, coming into a new system, a difficult system at that with Josh McDaniels. I don't really know what anybody really expected out of AOC this year. You know what I'm saying? He's had some bad games. He's had some good games. He's had some terrible games. But the life of a rookie. You know what I'm saying? The life of a 4th round guy that was thrusted to be, the quarterback one. Salute to my guy, Richard, man. Salute to Goody Good also on the $5 donation, my guy. Newton is a beast. Happy New Year, brother. Blessings to you and the fam all throughout Mamba year. Keep elevating the content game. Salute to my guy, Goody Good. Yeah, man, and salute to Mamba, man. Rest in paradise to one of the GOATs. And Happy New Year to you as well, brother. And I want to say this also, you guys. Congratulations to Max Crosby on his 3rd Pro Bowl nod. Salute to AJ. Salute to Cole as well, for also, being the AFC's punter out there at the Pro Bowl, man. Salute to our 2 guys. It sucks. I wish we would have had a few more guys. Did not see Davante out there. It's crazy. I know he had a 1,000-yard year this year, but he has had a down year. But for namesake, I'm actually really bugging out right now that Davante's not a Pro Bowler. That's crazy. Like that is kind of crazy. Salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I think Robert Spillane, he definitely deserved that Pro Bowl nod early on in the season. He had some big games, and then he kind of got a little silent. I mean, let's just be real, y'all. As of late, we haven't really heard Robert Spillane's name a lot. He had some big turnovers. I'm saying? He had some big splash plays. Early on in the season, I would have said Robert Spillane should be a shoo-in for the Pro Bowl, but he's kind of gotten quiet as of late. Now, I don't want to beat up on Robert Spillane. That doesn't mean he's not a great player, but we just haven't heard his name be called as much as we did in the earlier on in the season, man. So, I understand why Robert Spillane didn't make the Pro Bowl. There's so many great linebackers in the NFL, and I understand it. It's crazy to think that Josh Jacobs isn't in there. He's having a down season. Davante Adams, it's wow. I think that Colton Miller was potentially on his way to being at least an alternate or something before that shoulder injury. I thought Colton Miller was having a hell of a year too. Salute to the 500+ people in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. Salute to Classic Man Q. If we don't go QB, get defensive end, Jared versus Florida State. And Q, I think I've heard you mention his name in other live streams as well. We're definitely going to break down the edge rusher position with the draft. And you guys, at the end of this, we'll do a mock draft too. How do y'all feel about that? Let's do a mock draft. Salute to my guy Q. This is going to be a wild offseason and draft factory, brother, because we have no clue who's calling the shots. We have no idea if Champ Kelly's going to be the guy. We don't have no clue if it's going to be AP, because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be 2 total different philosophies. You guys, let's just say if Champ Kelly and AP are the guys, that draft is going to look totally different than an Ed Dodds and Jim Harbaugh situation. So, we don't know what to expect right now. We could keep doing these mock drafts and say Jaden Daniels Michael Penix Jr., and I'm gonna be real with you. Salute to Penix, man. He was like, yo, free the homies and shit, man. When I heard that, I was like, man, he's a Raider to me, bro. He was like, yo, salute to the home team, Tampa, whoop, whoop, and free the guys. I was like, yo, he sound like a Raider to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's two different philosophies. We really have no idea what direction we're going in the offseason. And to be honest with you, it sucks to not know that, but it's also kind of exciting as well because we really, truly have no idea. The one reason I think that I'm excited about the offseason, depending on, it doesn't matter what direction we go in, is that we have players like Max Crosby on this roster. You know what I'm saying? We have guys like Merrick that took that next step in his development this year. I think, Nate Hobbs has been a baller. We have Jack Jones now on the outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about a few of these guys moving forward, man. I'm actually excited about Zeus, in his development and him balling out these past few games. You know what I'm saying? So we have a few pieces on this team, man. Malcolm Kuntz showing out this year. So I'm not going to allow the coach and GM thing to dictate my excitement for the offseason. I think we're still going to have a great draft. We have a shit ton of money. I think we have like $50 million at our disposal right now. We can even free up more money. I know we can, we can restructure a few contracts, free up a shit ton more money to be active in free agency. There's guys like Jalen Johnson out there, Chris Jones that we're going to talk about. A lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really that worried about, I am worried about the coaching and GM positions, but I'm just excited about what we have. Most of the time when we go into off season and there's so many question marks, we look at our roster and we're like, God, we need so much. We need so much help. I don't feel like I think that we are a few pieces away, a draft or two away. Even just I said this on yesterday's show. If last year's class, can show up next year, I think we're in for a ride. If Michael Mayer can take that next step, if Trey Tucker, can come in and be that guy, you know what I mean? If Byron Young at some point, can finally get out there and do his job as that third round guy at Alabama that we thought he could be. You know what I mean? I'm just excited about some of the players that we have. The one thing I'm worried about is the trenches. We got to make sure that we build that O-line up in the offseason. We got to get better at right guard. Greg Van Rotten's not the guy. We have to get an upgrade over Andre James. He's a free agent. He's probably going to walk. You know what I mean? I like Parham at left guard, but if we're going to move him to center, I'm okay with that as well. I love Mumford's development. I love where he is, but then at this point, we have to figure out, are we putting him at right tackle now moving forward? You know what I'm saying? And allowing Luminor to walk. There's a lot of question marks in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I mean, most of those defensive tackles are free agents. I think the only guys that's under contract are the young pups on rookie deals. And I think Tillery has one more year left on his deal. You know what I mean? So, I want to see what we do in terms of the trenches because everybody knows, man, you win games in the trenches and you have to have a run game as well. You know what I mean? And I truly believe, you guys, this is a hot take, and I put it on Twitter earlier. I don't see us bringing Josh Jacobs back. I think that, we're going to go draft a guy and we're going to have, a two-headed monster with Zeus and the young guy, and we're going to go young at the running back position. Josh has been beat up. He's been beat up pretty much his whole career. Let's just keep it a buck outside of last year where he led the league in rushing, but he was even hurt then. I got Josh being a Dallas Cowboy, and it hurts my soul to say it, but the way Dallas looks right now, they have no run game. I can see them saying, you know what, Josh is the missing piece for us. You know what I mean? Their defense is great. They have great receivers. Dak has been an MVP candidate all year long. They have a good O-line. I see them reaching out to Josh Jacobs in free agency and potentially making him a Cowboy. I really do. And I know people don't want to hear that, but it's just true. I think that he's going to want around $10 million a year, and we're not going to pay him that. Salute to my boy Mateo, though, man. Yes, it's going to definitely be a wild offseason, brother. Salute to my guy Richard once again, man. Any thoughts on Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Clemson linebacker, maybe 4th or 5th? Rich, I'm going to say this, right? I really haven't done, and I know I'm familiar with some linebackers in this draft, but I really haven't done my homework on the linebacker position too much because of how our linebacking core looks right now. I'm actually excited about, Spillane. He still has one more year left on his deal. I think that Divine Diablo, he still has another year on his deal too. So I'm hoping that, he gets better. But I'm excited about these young guys that we have. I still think that Luke Masterson may play, a part in moving forward. I think Amari Burney may get some burn at some point. I like the young guys, but I definitely think that we're going to address the linebacker position in those mid to later rounds, and I'll definitely come up with a list of guys that I like in this draft very, very soon. Salute to my guy Richard, man. But I like our young linebacking core right now. I do. I like a lot of those guys. I'm excited to see the development with Burney, with Divine Diablo, another year in Spillane. I think we have to give Spillane another. We got to give him an extension this offseason. He's outplayed that contract. Keep him around. But I'm not too much worried about the linebacking core as I used to be. We've always worried about the linebacker. We're like, we have terrible linebackers. I think that's kind of a strong suit of a part of our defense now, man. You know what I mean? And I just want to see what these young guys can do moving forward. Salute to my guy, Black Sale Sports Talk. Sent it to my regular account. Laugh out loud. Yeah, though, select Newton if no QB. This is a two-man race, in my opinion. If it's not AP, it has to be Harbaugh. Black Sales, you have never lied, my brother. Salute to you, and this is facts. I'm telling you guys this now. If Harbaugh says, Mark, I want the job, it's his job. It's his job. People loving AP or not, it's his job. And mind you guys, again, I'm going to keep saying this. I'm not wavering at all. The thing that AP, and I know what he's been dealing with the rookie quarterback, with us, lately been able to get our run game going a little bit, but we struggle with the run game all season long, right? The offense just has had no life this season. But you have to coach with what you have out there. And AP made it a debate now by losing to the Colts. And we're going to see what happens this Sunday. If we don't go out there and beat them Broncos, you guys, you're going to hear a lot more people start questioning AP as well. It's a great story. It's a great story. We're all hyped that he's a Raider. And to be real with you guys, who's to say that AP won't be a Raider at some capacity, regardless if he's not the head coach or not? There's not too many openings in the NFL. And AP is not going to get a head coaching position somewhere else this year. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's either Raiders or bust for him, to be honest with you guys. And if he's a Raider through and through, like the way he says he is, and I truly believe he is, grew up a Raider fan and all that good stuff, he may stick around regardless. Who's to say he doesn't get an assistant head coaching position, or he goes back and reverts to linebacker, coach? Maybe they keep him around at some capacity to keep the players happy. You know what I'm saying? Because he is that rah-rah guy. But I'm just going to say this, man. Losing that Colts game, and I've said this a million times before, you made it. You made this. This is us now questioning who's going to be the head coach because of that loss. I didn't expect to be in the playoffs, you guys. Even if he beat the Colts and he beat the Broncos and we still missed out on the playoffs, which we probably would have anyways, I wouldn't have beat him up about it. But by beating the Chiefs and then losing to the Colts, you have to look at it and say, you know what, man? This feel-good story is starting to kind of and it started with that Minnesota Vikings loss. I can take the Miami Dolphins loss. We lost to a really good team, and we were in that game, the whole game. I can take that first Kansas City Chiefs game because it's the Kansas City Chiefs, but that Minnesota Vikings game is the one that stings. And I don't know, man. Salute to my guy, Black Sales, though. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Salute to Steve on a $5 donation as well. An idea from Mo Moten. Hire Harbaugh. AP is a DC if PG gets a head coaching job, and bring back Rich Bisaccia. Since our special teams has regressed, everyone wins. That would be hilarious, right? That would be hilarious. That's not going to happen, but that would be hilarious. And I don't see Graham not being here unless, Harbaugh comes in and wants to bring in his own guy. What do you guys think about this? And mind you, I was just having fun with this. I put this on Twitter. I put it on Instagram. All right. Tell me what you guys think about this, okay? I said, let's have some chaotic fun, okay? Chaotic fun. Bold take for the offseason. Raiders hire Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh beats Washington in the national title game and drafts Michael Penix Jr. Jacobs walks to Dallas. Harbaugh drafts Blake Corum. Corum becomes a star. Harbaugh keeps Graham because of Vic Fangio's deal in Miami. AP stays on the staff at some capacity. Raiders have a top 5 defense in 2024. Why not? Why not? Because like I said before, there's not going to be any other team out there looking at AP to be their head coach. So if he does not get the job, why not stick around? Why not stay in that building with all your guys and continue to build your resume up till you get another opportunity to do so? I don't think enough people are talking about that, you guys. I don't think enough people are talking about, even if AP doesn't get the job, who's to say he doesn't stick around, you know what I mean, as maybe a potential DC, like you said, or goes back to being a linebacker coach, an assistant head coach. Who's to say? Who's to say? But I think that there still is a good chance that maybe he sticks around at some capacity. I don't know what it is, but he may stick around at some capacity regardless. Salute to my guy, Steve, man. And salute to my brother, John. As always, you guys, wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yes, Blake Corum is the running back from Michigan, you guys. A hell of a running back at that. And, you know, a rookie deal. A guy that you can get, you know, in probably maybe in shit. Third round. I think Corum will be there in the third round. So you can get him in the mid rounds. Why not? Salute to John. AP said his resume is on the field. With his record, he didn't blow anyone's mind. Just my thoughts. Losing to the Vikings and Colts were ugly. John, bro, we are speaking the same language, my brother. You know what I'm saying? 4-4. Lost 2 very winnable games to 2 not very good teams. If you beat the Colts and you beat the Vikings, we're talking about the playoffs here right now, you guys. You know what I mean? So salute to John. And like I said before, you guys, we've done this shit before. Let's not be prisoners of the moment right now. Let's not be prisoners of the moment. What do you guys think about Vinny B's article, though, saying that Jim Harbaugh is in play for the Raiders? I want to know your guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments section. What do you guys think about that? Yes, Gerardo, third round, early fourth is his projection. Yep, definitely. Corum has good vision and jump cut with good speed. Tano, talk that shit, my brother. Daniel, there's a lot of good old linemen in here, especially the guard spot. This is a great year to need some interior offensive linemen. Definitely. Daniel says, okay, it was clickbait. Okay. Clark says, no Harbaugh. Clickbait. Okay. Richard, Vinny B said that it's in play. That was his words. In play. That Jim Harbaugh is in play. I don't know what that means, but I'll say this, that maybe there has been discussions. I mean, with Jim Harbaugh moving on from his previous representation, bringing in Tom Brady's guy. Everyone knows that Tom Brady is trying to buy a piece of the Raiders at this point. I mean, all the connections are there, you guys. People have to kind of read between the lines here. You know what I mean? The NFL is a very small community. A lot of people think, oh, there's 32 teams. There's a million different people. It's a very small community. For this guy to move on from his previous representation, go get Tom Brady's guys, his new agent, and so on and so forth. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Read between the lines here. You know what I'm saying? Read between the lines here. Jim Harbaugh is a definite option for the Raiders. His wife is from Las Vegas. He used to coach under Al Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just, I mean, it's very realistic. It's very realistic. Manny, it could be. It could be. And mind you this, where Tom Brady play at? Where Tom Brady play? He's a Michigan guy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you guys, don't set yourselves up for failure with this whole AP train. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not here to say he's not going to win the job. I'm just here to say that he may not win the job. And the thing about us is, man, everybody wants the closest to the sure thing, right? Closest to the sure thing. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I think we would be, and maybe this is too bold. Maybe some people won't like this at all. I think that realistically down the line, we're a better team with Jim Harbaugh. And I love AP. I love his energy. Love what he brings to the game. Love what he brings to the sidelines. I just think that down the line, I think Jim Harbaugh will have this team being a perennial playoff team, a team that's going to be fighting, for Super Bowl, having Super Bowl aspirations at some point in the near future. You know what I'm saying? And with AP not being proven, and really finally just getting his first time, getting his feet wet out there, it's just very scary to think like, can he be the guy to take us there when Jim Harbaugh's already been the guy that's won at the highest level in the NFL, collegiate level, and all of it. So that's all I'm saying, you guys. Like I said, this is not me saying I don't want AP. This is just me saying if Jim Harbaugh is a realistic option, like I know he is, you have to look at it. Salute to Max, my guy. AP is 4-4 with a rookie OC. That's no excuse. But yes, his resume is on the field. And what I've seen is a team that fights tooth and nail for him. Max, this is facts. Facts. And, I got to give AP his flowers too, because we have a lot of talent on this team, but we need to get better on both sides of the football. There's positions that we need to upgrade immediately. You know what I'm saying? We can look at that offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Michael Mayer, Hooper didn't ball out this year. And if Mayer doesn't turn the corner next year, which I do believe he will, I think that Mayer is going to be a star. But we got to go get another guy at the tight end position. You know what I'm saying? Like Hooper's going to walk. Didn't he sign a 1-year deal or was it a 2-year deal? Y'all let me know. I think Hooper signed a 1-year deal, right? But there's a few positions that we need to upgrade on the defensive side of the football as well. Look at the interior of that defensive line. You know what I'm saying? You may want to add, maybe another linebacker. We're going to have to add some corners to that room. You know what I'm saying? Amik's a free agent. We got Hobbs out there under contract, Jack Jones under contract, Jacorian Bennett under contract. Tyler Hall's probably going to step off. Like we still need upgrades. So I'm going to be real with you. AP is won 4 games with limited talent at his disposal. So I'm not here to beat up on AP at all. It's very difficult to go out there and win with a 4th round Aiden O'Connell at the helm at the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? So, but Max, you're right, brother. You were right, man. Salute to my guy. Let me see. Salute to my guy, Black Raider WP. To be fair, AP is still with Josh McDaniels' team / staff. This is facts. Facts. You ain't never lied, brother. And we don't. But the thing is, we don't know what his staff or what a team that he would want to build to see fit for his system. We don't know what that is. At least with Harbaugh, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We know what he does. He builds these stacked defenses. He gets a ground game going. That's what Harbaugh does. Ground and pound. You know what I'm saying? Loves to run the football and loves to build these stout defenses. And I know, and I think too, that's how you win football games. Salute to Richard. What if Mark hires Harbaugh and puts AP at DC? At this point, Richard, I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Patrick Graham. I don't want to see him go anywhere. I think he's finally, getting closer to his ceiling as a coordinator. But I'm gonna be real, Rich. I don't see Graham leaving. I don't. There's no. He said he loves being with the Raiders. He said that this is the best, coaching experience that he's ever had. He feels like he's a part of the Raiders. There's no reason to move on from him. You know what I mean? But if AP is the guy, he's going to stick around. The question is if Harbaugh comes around and he looks around the league and says, who's going to be my guy? And you see Vic Fangio still under contract out there in Miami, his guy from Stanford. He's coached under him before as a defensive coordinator. Who is his guy? Maybe Harbaugh has a conversation with Graham and says, hey, what's up? You want to stick around? The defense, let's just continue to build on it. I don't know. But going to be very interesting to see. But I don't think that Antonio Pierce is going to get a defensive coordinator position. At least with us. I don't see that. Maybe another team takes a look at him. I don't know, but I don't think so. Salute to my guy Savage, man. Say what you want about Harbaugh, but if you let him go to the Chargers, it will only make our division harder. I love AP, but don't make our enemy stronger when we are close to taking over. Salute to Savage. And that is a team, you guys, that is very, very realistic. That is a very realistic option. The Chargers are cleaning house. They just got rid of Staley. I don't know if they're going to make Kellen Moore their head coach. They're probably going to look at a splash name like a Bill Belichick or a Jim Harbaugh. There's already rumblings about them already being interested in Jim Harbaugh. I don't know if he wants to go there. Personally, I know his wife is from the Las Vegas area. I think he, would love to go there over that situation, but he does have Herbert out there already. He already has a quarterback out there. But the thing is, I don't know how he feels about Justin Herbert. I don't know if that's a guy that he's like, that's my guy. I don't know. I know that the Chargers have a better quarterback situation than we do right now, for sure. So that's a very realistic option. Salute to Savage, though. You're right, brother. You don't want to allow him. And then could you imagine that? Now you're playing against Andy Reid twice a year. You're playing against Harbaugh twice a year, and you're playing against Sean Payton twice a year. 2 Super Bowl winning head coaches and another one that may win a national championship this year and has been in the Super Bowl at the NFL level as well. Salute to my brother Gio. My apologies, brother. I did not see it. Let me go look for it real quick, bro. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Let me see. Salute to my dog, Gio, man. Happy New Year, Nation. What's up, Graphk? My heart says AP, but my brain says Harbaugh. We'd have been ecstatic if we hired him just a few years ago. He's won everywhere. QB I want is Caleb. Penix is nice, too. I mean, man, Caleb is a dream. You know what I'm saying, Gio? If you can somehow, some way make that happen, dog, we're well on our way. But it's going to cost a lot to move up to get the likes of Caleb Williams. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But as Raider fans, we tend to think with our heart a lot more than we do with our brains. And to be real with you guys, it's a no-brainer that if Jim Harbaugh is a realistic option, if he wants to leave Michigan and wants to come back to the NFL, that you have to take a look at him because he's probably going to be a major upgrade over what we have now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take a look at it. Salute to my dog Gio, man. Happy New Year's, my brother. Salute to you, man. Salute to Raider Mo, my guy. All I want is a beautiful product on the field. At this point, everything is on the table. Coaches, players, personnel besides your cornerstone man, Max. And I've said that numerous times too, Mo. Max is the only untradeable player on this roster. You can upgrade every position, period. Offense side of the football, coaching staff, GM, all that stuff. The one thing you can't get better at is that one of those edge rusher spots. You, sir, are correct. It's about that time, man, to get the product going on the field. And I think, Harbaugh he's molded teams. He's built teams in the past. He's built some pretty good Stanford teams. He's built some great Michigan teams. He helped build a phenomenal Niners team, in the mid-2000s. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you guys, at this point, man, just proven or someone that we're excited about right now. Carrera, hey, bro, you to be real with you, I watch a lot of college football, brother. I mean, we do a million mock drafts over here. We're probably the only channel, me, and my guys that break down consistently college football in the offseason. But what you're saying is he's lost 5 out of 6 in college. What has he done at the collegiate level? What has he done? His teams have always won. I'm not saying that he has 6 national championships, but what I'm saying is he's been a proven winner. He's won big football games. He's built programs. He's earned every dime that he's gotten. This isn't me saying that he's at the collegiate level. He's won 6 national championships, bro. He would have been a coach. He would have been a head coach somewhere else. He would have been gone. Let me see. Salute to Federal, my guy. At this point, I just want to win. JH, over 70% win at every level, and he got that Harbaugh coaching kind of pedigree just like his brother. I could see us battling his bro in the AFC Championship game. I'm telling you, bro. Federal. Well, you can't even talk about this shit without people tripping out, right? Federal says 3 NFC championships in a row and 1 Super Bowl. There you go. There you go. Crazy. Carrera, he has definitely lost bowl games, brother. But we're not talking about the fucking Olive Garden Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The AutoZone Bowl. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like we're not talking about the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bowl, bro. Like we're talking about big bowl games that he's been in. Like, let's not act as though he hasn't coached at the highest level at the collegiate level, man. Like, you got to stop with that shit, bro. Stop. Graphk, your wish list is perfect. Bring in Corum, trade Tay for Quinnen. Now, I do that all day, every day. Love Davante. If you can get Quinnen Williams in the interior of that defensive line, bruh. Mateo, my guy. Salute the abstract also in the $5 donation. Now that we know Mark Davis taps in, don't fuck this up, Mark. Much love, Graphk. Salute to Shilmore. Yeah, it's still crazy to know that Mark watches our shows and stuff. It's actually really dope, bro. Salute to Stu, man, for telling us that, man. Seeing him out there in Indianapolis and saying he loves our show. That's really, really cool. Salute to Mark Davis. Salute to Abstract as well on the $5 donation. Salute to Glenn. What about Dalton Wagner for next year? A lot to prove. I don't know what we have with him yet, Glenn. You know what I'm saying? Next year, we just got to see, can he stay healthy? And what is he going to do in the offseason? We know that he's this big body right tackle out of Arkansas that played at a high level at the collegiate level, but can he do the same thing? Can he replicate that success at the NFL level? It's still a big question mark. You know what I'm saying? I know we put him on the IR. I don't know if this was a situation where we were kind of just trying to stash him away and put him away for a year. I don't know. But I'm excited to see what he can do. He's a big body guy. I mean, you can't teach the measurables that Dalton Wagner. Isn't he like 6'9" or some shit? Like, Dalton Wagner's a huge human being. But I'm excited to see what he can do in the offseason, during training camp and preseason. I'm watching Dalton Wagner definitely very closely. Let me see. Salute to my guy, UA. Harbaugh, Justin Fields, remind you of something? For those who have no idea what UA was talking about, Harbaugh went out in 2011 and drafted a guy out of Nevada that, a lot of people, don't like because of personal reasons and political reasons and shit like that. He went out and drafted Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick went out, won the job over Alex Smith, and they ended up going on a nice little run out there. And two mobile guys, UA. Hey, man. But I'm going to say this. I still think at this point, Chicago may keep Justin Fields because they're going to get a lot of draft capital and potential, a potential really, really good player also for that number one pick. Jorge says, do you think trading down could be an option? No. Do you mean trading up, Jorge, to go get a better draft pick, or trading down? We still have a full draft class. We have a full draft class. I don't think we need that many more draft picks. We already have a shit ton of young guys on this roster as is. And mind you, that's how you build your team. Don't get me wrong, but there's no reason. I think you take what's best on the board when you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see that this year. I don't see us trading back. Now, maybe we do, Jorge, at some point, like in the mid to later rounds, we just move back a few and pick up like an extra fifth, maybe an extra sixth. You know what I mean? Just that's regular shit. But I don't see us trading back in the first to go pick up. I don't think that. I think you need to take the best available on your board at that point, period. Yeah, I think trading up is the only thing that we should do. I wouldn't even think about trading down. Salute to my guy Savage once again, man. And if Harbaugh does not work out, we already know Mark will give him the boot on a holiday, and I'm sure Mark will will tell him to don't McDaniels yourself. Look, man, hey Savage, I think that if you sign Jim Harbaugh, I think that his leash is going to be a lot longer than Josh McDaniels. I think he's going to get kind of the John Gruden treatment minus all the power that Gruden had. I think he's going to have a little power. Don't get me wrong. He's going to have his, his input on personnel and all that good stuff. But I just think that Harbaugh's leash will be a lot longer than Josh McDaniels. Let's just keep it a buck. Josh McDaniels was never a proven head coach at the NFL level. He was a glorified offensive coordinator that won a lot of jewelry in New England. One of the highest, best offensive coordinators of all time. But Jim Harbaugh's already like my bro said, three NFC championships, been to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? This guy has done it all. Like, I think his leash should be a lot longer than Josh McDaniels. I don't think that he would even look to fire him on a holiday unless he just completely shits the bed. Salute the rule, my guy. If someone doesn't think Jim is a winner, they don't know football. And how hard is it to win it all? It's very difficult, Rube. We talked about this yesterday on Stu's show. There's like 100 years of NFL, and you know, the Bears have one championship. You know, the Cowboys have what, 5? You know, Niners have what do the Niners have? 5, 6? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we have 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very, very difficult to win the biggest game of them all. You know what I mean? So saying you're a winner is not always saying that you always win championships, because nobody always wins championships. The Patriots, their run was insane. That's like unheard of. We're not used to seeing that all the time. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's very, very difficult to win it all. How many NFL coaches have multiple Super Bowl rings that are currently coaching? Andy and Bill. Salute to my guy, Rube. Talk that shit, Rube. Talk. Appreciate you on a $10 donation. Salute to Marcus as well. Is it just me? But I think Bo Nix is going to be the next Josh Allen. Big time plays, but also tons of turnovers. Yeah, see, and you can't afford to do that, Marcus, in the AFC West. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Bo Nix is going to turn the ball over a lot, though. I don't. He hasn't done it like that at the collegiate level. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to turn the football over a lot. I don't. I truly don't. But Bo Nix has a pretty high ceiling, man. I think a lot of people are not looking at – they're not giving Bo enough of his flowers. If Bo Nix came out last year, Marcus, a lot of people would be talking about Bo Nix a lot more. It's kind of difficult when you got a Drake May, a Caleb Williams, you know, a Jaden Daniels who won a Heisman, you know, Michael Penix Jr. is playing at a high level the way he is, J.J. McCarthy in the national championship. I feel like he's being overshadowed. I do think that Bo Nix is going to be a really good professional quarterback in the NFL. I just think that in a deep class, you just don't hear his name a lot. If you came out last year with Stroud and Bryce Young, we would have heard a lot more about Bo Nix. But I don't think he's going to be a turnover machine like Josh Allen. I don't. Salute to my guy Marcus. Dalton Wagner is like wrong turn Appalachia type of mauler. Salute to Rich. That's, bro, he's a big dude, bro. He's a big dude. If you go look at some of his tape at Arkansas, dog, he's definitely a mauler, bro. Salute to my guy Richard, man. Salute to the 600 plus people in the building. I appreciate you guys, man. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Salute to my guy Gio. People saying Penix isn't good and that Harbaugh isn't a winner, just outing themselves as casuals. We watch ball around here. These younger fans, man, shaking my head. Yeah, bro. You already know, Gio. You know, bro. You know, it is what it is. You know, but I get it, because a lot of these guys on the internet, I'm not even talking about just people that cover the Raiders. A lot of these guys on YouTube have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be real. Even some of our guys that I love, and I'm not going to put them on blast. I can't have them come on and do mock drafts and talk about college football and prospects, because they have no idea what the fuck is going on. Shit, you can hardly even talk to them about NFL players. You know what I'm saying? Shit, let alone guys not on our roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really love football to watch college football and the NFL and watch other teams around as well. I just love the game. I love the Raiders. I'm a Raider through and through, first and foremost. But I enjoy just football, period. Like, I'm a football nerd. I love football, man. But it's kind of difficult to have conversations with a lot of these guys, podcasters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's surprising that some guys that I know, that I've been around, that actually work in the NFL, I'll talk to them about football and they'll be like, bro, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Like, how do you – it's shocking to see how many people actually don't really know all the shit that goes on around this. Salute to my guy Gio, man. Salute to J.A. If we go all in on the O-line, do you believe AOC will succeed? Brady, Manning, Bros, Joe Flacco, Big Ben, all of them were pocket QBs. I'm going to be real with you, man. I think that AOC is going to be a glorified backup, and that's okay. He hasn't shown me really anything to think that he can succeed at the highest level as a starter, even with the better O-line. You know what I mean? Statistically, you guys, I think we have like a top 10, top 12 O-line. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, what does it look that much different with the top 5 O-line? The guy's going to have to be able to move around a little bit more in the pocket, you know, escape, do a little, you know, I just don't see it. But this is year one. Maybe he goes into the offseason and he gets around the right people and he continues to build on his skill set. Who's to say? I'm just saying there's better quarterbacks in this draft than AOC. And I think that we're going to get one. And I think they're going to battle it out. And I think that Aiden will win that QB2 spot, me personally. But I like Aiden, man. And that's no shade to him at all. I like Aiden O'Connell, but I'm just not willing to give him the job next year. It's just not going to happen. Let me see. Let me get this weirdo out of here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Salute to my guy, D. Bernie. I'm scared of Michael Penix's injury. Phenomenal skill set, but iffy health history. This is facts. It is facts, man. I mean, who wouldn't be afraid of drafting a quarterback that early? Salute to my brother Graham Cam in the building too, man. My guy. That early with that kind of draft capital, and potentially, he could potentially hurt himself. But it's been a while. It's been a while, D. Bernie. I've seen guys come into the NFL, man, after having, really, really bad injuries at the collegiate level and high school level and still perform at a high clip. That's one of the things that scares me about Michael Penix. But I'm going to be real. It doesn't affect my decision on him. If he's there whenever we're drafting, if he's at 11, you're taking Michael Penix Jr. If you have to move up a little bit to go get your guy, go get your guy. I'm not really too much worried about that, man. And like somebody said the other day, keep you a nice top of the line, right tackle, because, he's a lefty. So you're going to have one of those guys, protecting him on that side. Maybe that's Mumford. Maybe it's a guy you draft in this class, or maybe it could be even a free agent, which I'm not really high on any of those guys in free agency on the offensive line. I don't want to pay anybody crazy shit ton of money, O-line wise. But look, D, I'm not really too much worried about it, man. I mean, I am, but I'm not, if that makes any sense. If Penix is there, go get him. Go get him. Salute to my brother Ridge back in the building. I got the same vibe watching Penix play Texas in a bowl game as I did watching Stroud play Georgia last year. That's my QB in the draft. Talk that shit, my brother Ridge. Talk. Salute to my brother Ridge back. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. Salute to my guy Blazed in the building as well on the $5 donation. Is pick 11 too high to draft Penix? Do you take a Newton/Kool-Aid at 11 and trade back into the first to grab your quarterback? I would do that all day, Blaze. If you could somehow, some way, in which I think Penix would be gone by 11 anyway. I'm gonna be real. I think he's gone. You have to have a top 10 pick. But let's just say he fell down the board and Penix was available in the mid first round, or just happened to be available in the 20s, which I don't see in any world. Definitely, bro. Go take Newton. You got your number one defensive tackle, or go take a Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama. You have your number one corner, and then you can trade up and give up all kind of draft capital, whatever you see fit to move back up in the first. In a perfect world, Blaze, I would love for one of those quarterbacks to drop. We still get a Newton or Kool-Aid, and we move up to go get one of those guys. That would be a blessing. Could you imagine leaving this draft with a Newton and Michael Penix Jr.? It doesn't get any better than that. I don't really care what we get after that at that point. If you get a potential star defensive tackle and a potential superstar quarterback, it's a win-win. I don't care if you got to give up your second, third, whatever the hell you got to give up. I don't care. If you can leave this draft with those two guys, phenomenal. Salute to my guy Blazed. Salute to Q Rocks, Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr, AP, Jim Harbaugh situation. Man. Well, the difference in this Q is that Mark Jackson actually developed that team. He went and drafted those guys, the Steph Currys, the Klay Thompsons, the Draymond Greens. That was actually his team. I think this is more of like that Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr are more like a Tony Dungy, John Gruden type situation, where Gruden took over the Buccaneers and won a championship with the team that Tony Dungy put together. I think AP and Jim Harbaugh is more along the lines of a Rich Bisaccia, Josh McDaniels, but with a better situation because Jim Harbaugh is the better coach. That's what I think, Q. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you on the $2 donation. And salute to Lee's Adele, family in the business, our family in the building. Salute to my homegirl nation. Keep in mind, if we don't get Harbaugh, the Chargers will. You want that? Our division will have Reed, Peyton, Harbaugh. Can we compete? And we just said that. We definitely just said that. We just talked about that, Lee's Adele. This is facts. Could you imagine going against those guys 6 times a year? That's insane. UA, my bad, brother. I'm going to find that right now. I got you. Fuck you in the building. What's good, my brother? The greatest name in YouTube history, man. Salute to my guy. I want to ask you guys, man, because I see a lot of people saying this shit, right? Do y'all really, really care about Caleb Williams crying to his mom and painting his fingernails? Like, do we really care about that? Do we really care about that? Like, are we, as a fan base, are we so just out the loop that we just, all we care? Like, I don't give a fuck if you paint your fingernails pink every weekend. If you go out there and win a football game, bro, I don't give a shit. Caleb Williams is a star. His skill set is different. I know a lot of people think, oh, he's a product of the system that Lincoln Riley and those guys and blah, blah, blah. Man, I don't believe that. I think he's going to be a stud at the NFL level. I think he's going to be a superstar for 10 plus years in the NFL. I don't give a shit if he has Hello Kitty on his nails and he cries to his mom every weekend. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. At this point, I want to win football games. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, realistically, what does that mean? Will MD pay Harbaugh and JMD? Thoughts? Will Mark Davis pay Harbaugh and Josh McDaniels? Thoughts? What do you mean, UA? What do you mean? Because from what I heard, he already paid Josh McDaniels. But I heard they already squared that away. I think Josh McDaniels and Ziegler got their little bread and dipped out. So I don't know. What do you mean, brother? What do you mean? And people tend to forget, you guys. People keep saying that Mark Davis is still paying John Gruden. Do y'all forget that John Gruden technically resigned? How does that work? You think that he's going to continue to pay John Gruden when he resigned? He didn't get fired. Mark doesn't have to continue to pay John Gruden. That guy resigned. He left on his own accord. So at this point, I know finally, Jack Del Rio's, off the books and all the other shit. I think personally, you're only at this point. I don't know where, I'm not going to act like I don't I know what coaches he's still paying and shit, but I know Gruden resigned. From what I heard and what I seen in the news was that he got Josh McDaniels squared away. So he'd only be paying Jim Harbaugh. Salute to my guy, UA. He said that's not the Raider way. Look, bro, the Raider way once was winning. It was just win, baby. I don't give a shit what most of these guys do in their, I don't really care. I don't care what they do to their nails and what tattoos they have and what kind of tears they shed. I really don't give a shit about any of that. I sent you and wasted an article on Caleb on IG. Salute to you, LT. I'm definitely going to check it out, brother. Thank you so much. I love when my guys shoot me homework in the DM. I'm definitely going to check it out. Salute to Abstract. We had a cry baby at quarterback already, and people loved him. Abstract, you can't win, bro. You can't win. You know what I mean? Salute to my guy, Abstract. Graham says, people talk about Caleb's mentality, but his mentality led him to be the #1 draft pick prospect in the damn NFL. And there you have it. Boom. Salute to my brother Graham Cam with a haymaker. Yeah, right. Doxing means that you're not insecure and don't care what a man does in his spare time because it has nothing to do with you. And to be honest with you, Sam, I don't know what he does it for anyway. Like mind you, it's none of my business, but there may be something, that a family member or something that he does it for. I don't know. Or maybe he just does it because he likes it and he doesn't give a shit. I mean, y'all be out there listening to Lil Uzi and shit, right? All y'all be, not all y'all, but some of the younger guys listen to Lil Uzi and all these weird dudes. You know what I mean? Y'all listen to him. So you can't watch a guy play football with his nails done, but you can listen to one. Make that shit make sense. Because it has nothing to do with you. We care about his play on the field, nothing more, nothing less. Facts. Salute to my guy, Raider Sound. And there you go, Graham. There you go, brother. Who is Lamar Jackson 2.0 in this QB draft? Look, I'm going to be real with you, Lisa Dell. You're not going to find Lamar Jackson 2.0. Lamar Jackson is one of one. We're going to see two of those guys in our lifetime, and maybe later on down the line you will. But it's Michael Vick and it's Lamar Jackson. I don't think you're going to find another one of those guys. They are who they are for a reason, and it looks as though Lamar is about to be a two-time MVP, a guy that everybody always said he couldn't pass the football. Well, guess what? He's passing the football great. They said he was a running back. Well, guess what? He became a quarterback. Was a quarterback at the NFL level when he balled out, and it's looking as though he may lead his team to a Super Bowl here soon. So, but there's no Lamar Jackson 2.0 in this draft. The good thing about the guys that are in this draft are, a lot of these guys are dual threats, right? Not just mobile guys, not like at this point, people don't look at Justin Fields as thinking he can pass the football, right? Because he's had to run a lot in Chicago. They haven't had an O-line. They haven't really had a run game. Caleb Williams can use his legs if he needs to. Drake May can use his legs if he needs to. Michael Penix Jr. can use his legs if he needs to. Jaden Daniels, sometimes prefers to use his legs. You know what I'm saying? But he can throw the football also. So you're not going to find another Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? That he's a one-on-one. He's a one-on-one. But there's guys that I love in this draft that can do it all. People underestimate Drake May's legs. He can get loose. Out there in North Carolina. Caleb Williams, I've seen him use his legs a lot at USC. But he prefers to throw the football. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of talent. And I see a lot of people young also talking about Cam Ward in the later rounds. I'm going to do a video on him soon also because you're going to hear his name a lot pick up a lot closer to the draft. I'm telling y'all now, when the combine happens, when everybody starts getting in tune to the underwear Olympics out there in Indianapolis, I'm telling you now, you're going to start hearing a lot more of Cam Ward. You're going to hear his name a lot more. And he may sneak up a lot of people's draft boards, and he may be a second, third round guy. I know a lot of people have him as fifth, sixth round guy, potential late round guy. His skill set is phenomenal. And somebody may take a flyer on him in that second to third round. I'm telling you right now, he may even sneak up. Look, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying it. Look, he's a dog. Juju, Cam just declared. What are you talking about? Cam just declared, bro. The OLV drawers Olympics. Juju, you don't know college football, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all don't know college football, bro. He just declared. What the fuck are you talking? Man, bro, look, you can't win on the internet, man. You just cannot win, bro. We don't know shit, but you really don't know what the fuck you talking about. That shit is hilarious, bro. Salute to Juju, man. Salute to Juju, bro. I'm praying for you, King. I'm praying for you, brother. Everybody say a quick prayer for Juju and his ignorance. Amen. Fucking goof troop. Let me see. Graphk, he did, but there is a clause in his contract, brother. What are you talking about? Cap, what you mean, brother? What you mean? Who are you talking about, Cap? Salute to my guy. Goof troopery, brother. Salute to Seattle. Oh, God, no, please. No Cam Ward. Trust me as a Husky. I mean, and Seattle knows he's a Husky fan. Cam Ward plays in Washington State. So I know you're very familiar with him, Seattle. But I'm just saying, bro, he's very athletic, and he's going to climb up draft boards, man. He has a lot of intangibles, to be a really, really good quarterback at the next level. Ty, we really don't even know. We don't know who's available yet. It's funny, Ty. I've been asked that question a million times, but I really have no real answer because I'm still waiting to see who's going to be available. It's going to be a lot of vacancies in the next few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Once the playoffs start and, all these teams are getting eliminated, we're going to start seeing guys move around a little bit. I'm still waiting, brother. I don't know. I realistically, I truly do not know. I have no idea. Oh, shit. He said, F them picks. Get your franchise quarterback, Wayne. This is facts. No, Joe, not at all, brother. I'm not saying that he wanted to. Frank Reich is one of them, Marcus. That's definitely one of them. Unless somebody just magically offers him a head coaching position, I think Frank Reich is definitely a realistic option at OC. I think that's one of the only names that you know what I mean. Like, I don't know if Kellen Moore moves up and takes the head coaching position at the Chargers, if Bill Belichick or Jim Harbaugh doesn't take it. I don't know, maybe, but there's not too many names. I'm waiting to see some guys be freed up. But no, Joe, we're just talking about an article that came out on Heavy. I think it was on PFF also about Newton being a perfect fit for our Raiders in the first round. MDM, bro, you are not a peasant, dog. Stop it. Stupid. You don't read like that. Don't do super. But remember, corner Muhammad Form, UW #1. He will be a steal in the third round. I'm gonna do my homework because I'm definitely not familiar with his game like that. Definitely salute to you, MDM. Look, if that's someone that you're high on, I'm definitely gonna watch the national championship game and get familiar. Kelly, we're not gonna go back to the whole Musgrave thing. I think that time is come and gone. Trade for Caleb. Hire Cliff Kingsbury. I think the days, Steve, of Cliff Kingsbury having a head coaching position is over with. Do you mean hire him as what, an OC? A head coach? I don't think that Cliff's going to get another head coaching job, at least for a while. He definitely shit the bed out there in Arizona. Oh, as an OC. Okay. I think that's where he belongs. I don't think he's head coach potential or head coach material. My apologies. That's an interesting name. Cliff Kingsbury is OC. Let me see. Oh yeah, Todd. No, look, bro, we're moving on from Bo Hardigree. We're moving on for sure. We're definitely moving on. Is taking an OT or an OG a viable option? And Richard, I'll get to that as well, brother. Hell yeah, bro. Definitely. I just don't think that you're going to take one with your first pick. This is a deep class. It's a deep class, Jorge. It's a deep class, brother. Like, there's a lot of guards that are going to be available in the mid rounds. There's a lot of centers. The young guy out of Oregon, I like him a lot. I love the center out there in Georgia. But I'm just talking about as an offensive line as a whole, not just tackling guards. But I don't think it's a realistic option in the first round, brother. I think we're going to start looking at that more along the lines in the second, third, fourth rounds. Those more mid rounds, you're going to start looking at some guard tackle help. Joe High Stakes Alt. Marcus, Joe Alt is my guy out of Notre Dame, brother. My guy. Rich, Rome is projected to be gone in the first round. And for what I see, a lot of mock drafts and shit, I see him gone in like the top 15, top 17 picks. Rome is a dog, man. He's gonna be a great wide receiver at the next level. But we don't need it. We don't need a wide receiver that early. We already have a lot of them. I think we do get another receiver in the draft, but I think that's going to be a later round guy. John B, I damn near take Zinter in every one of my mock drafts. So we're going to do one here in a second, you guys. But yeah, no, Zinter is that guy. I know he probably won't play next year, because of, the leg injury. But I would definitely take Zinter even in the mid rounds. He's going to be a dog. He could be an all pro offensive lineman at the NFL position, at the NFL level. All right, you guys want to do a mock draft before we get out of here? I'm down for that. We talked about Jim Harbaugh and the Raiders appear to have mutual interest, right? Vinny B put out the article saying that it's in play. Okay, we talked about that and him being a realistic option at this point. We talked about Jazam Newton out of Illinois, fitting perfectly within what we're doing in first round draft pick, a defensive tackle. He would be the perfect pickup for us in this draft. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't think you get any better than having Newton right there in the interior of that defense with Tyree next to him. and Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby on the edge. I think that ends up being a top 2, top 3 defensive line in the NFL. We talked about that. I don't really want to go over the whole odds, you guys, with the Kellen Moore. I mean, there was some names on here that were just nasty. I mean, you know what? I'll go over it real fast, real quick. This is some of this shit we can't really take serious. At odds maker, Kellen Moore, number 1 to be the Raiders head coach, plus 50. Ben Johnson, Detroit's OC, plus 400. Frank Smith, Miami's offensive coordinator, which could be a realistic option, plus 400. Bill Belichick, plus 575. Jim Harbaugh, plus 750. Raheem Morris, the DC from the Rams, hell of a coach. Did really good with what he has out there with the Rams this year. Plus 1,400. Eric Bieniemy, Washington OC. We're very familiar with his time in Kansas City. Plus 1,500. Dan Quinn, DC and Dallas. Plus 1,800. Hasn't been a head coach since Atlanta and that Super Bowl team that blew that lead against the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel, I don't think he goes anywhere. He'll be the head coach in Tennessee, but plus 1,800. And then the field, plus 1,500. So AP wasn't even on the list. So, yeah. Yeah, crazy. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know where some of these lists even come from. Let me get these supers in real quick, and then we're going to do this mock draft, you guys. Salute to Edgar. Harbaugh's not getting the Viking job was a red flag for me. He wanted total control. Salute to Edgar. You know, the thing is, Edgar, I don't think that he wanted that job, bro. I think that he wanted the Raiders job. I do. I think that he wanted to be with us. I don't think that he wanted that Minnesota job. I think he was using, you know, as these guys do, they use Michigan as leverage. They use certain teams as leverage, you know, and so on and so forth. I don't think he wanted to be a Viking. I think that he went and took that interview, you know, and I think he took the interview after we signed Josh McDaniels, correct? I think so, but I just think he was doing his due diligence. I don't think he ever wanted to take that job. I always thought with Jim Harbaugh, in my heart of hearts, it was us or the Bears. Us or the Bears. That's it. You know, it's kind of a homecoming with him with both teams. You know, Chicago was the team that drafted him. You know, he coached for a QB coach with us, you know, years ago. I just think he, you know, would go to one team, one of those teams that he's very familiar with. And with Chicago looking like they're going to keep Matt Eberflus next year, and Harbaugh's probably not a realistic option for them. I don't think he ever wanted to go to Minnesota, brother. I really don't. I don't think he ever wanted to go there. Salute to Jose. Man, it's hard to say AP is the guy or not, but I don't know if we can live with Harbaugh coaching the Chargers, knowing we could have had him. That's scary. Spooky season, Jose. You are right, my brother. Salute to you on the $5 donation. And we talked about that a lot during this show. Salute to Marcus. First, Joe Alt, second round. Zinter would be a dream. Could you imagine that? Getting Joe Alt and Zinter? But I wouldn't take Zinter in the second because of that leg injury. He'll probably be available in the third or fourth round because of it. But he would be a first-round talent if he didn't get hurt. But in a perfect world, you could have those guys, but you have to identify the quarterback, Marcus, in the first or second. In one of those two rounds, you got to go get your quarterback of the future. And you potentially got to go get a defensive tackle or a corner. But would I love to have the combination of those guys, not with the first and second round, but I would love to have those two guys on this team. Salute to my guy, Marcus, as well. And salute to Frank. Get top QB. Maybe Bo is a good OC, just a thought. I don't think he is, Frank. I think he's a glorified quarterback's coach. You know, maybe he can, you know, get better somewhere else. Maybe he needs a full offseason to come up with his own playbook and get shit rolling. But I just don't think it's going to be with us, brother. I think we need a major upgrade. We can't have a Bo Hardegree or somebody with that pedigree calling our offense while we have Davante Adams in the prime of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like we need a proven OC that can go out there. You know, one of those. We just need a high-flying offense. You know, we have a great receiving core. You know what I'm saying? O-line is okay. We can still build on that. We need our quarterback of the future. But I'm good off Bo. He hasn't showed me anything outside of that 63-point murder of the Chargers, which a lot of those points came from the defensive side of the football. Let me see. Salute to my guy, LT. Thanks for helping me kill time moves. Keep up the great content. Great show always. Appreciate you, my brother. Do you think there will be any good QBs left for our first pick if we choose that route? Thoughts? Well, you know what, Rick? Let's see right now. We're going to do a mock draft real quick here, you guys. And I may have a little lag here, so bear with me real fast. Bear with me, y'all. Mock draft simulator. We'll go to pro football. We'll go 7 rounds. We'll go fast. We'll go Raiders. Let's draft. All right. Okay, that's assuming Fields after trading a third. Okay, I got you, Marcus. I got you, my brother. Salute to you. Graham said, I just now finished saying the prayer for Juju. Now I got to rewind the show. And salute to my dog, De Leon. Is money, man, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Salute. If you guys want to become a member, like my guy, Money Man, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. Appreciate you, family. All right, let's do this. Present, share screen. Let's see what's available for us right here at 11, you guys. No trades, okay? No trades. So we're going to reject this. Just get rid of this. Get rid of this. And reject that. All right. So Newton's there. Newton is there, you guys. He is available right there. Let's see what quarterback. McCarthy's there. I love Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. I think he's going to be a QB or a cornerback 1 at the NFL level also. My guy Latu's there, the edge out of UCLA. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is there, linebacker. We talked about Jared Verse. All the names that we talked about earlier are there. Let me look at the quarterback position right here with 11, though. Let's kind of – okay, Bo Nix is there. Michael Penix is there. Okay, so we're going to go to all right here, all right? This is just right now, you guys. I think that Penix is going to end up climbing up and being a top 5, top 10 pick, all right? But we're going off of where the board is right now, okay? Right now, we need a defensive tackle, okay? Bilal Nichols is going to walk. I believe Adam Butler's a free agent. John Jenkins is a free agent. I think Tillery's on a 1 more year deal, 1 more year on his deal. We need defensive tackle help. And my guy's on the board. So we're going to go get him. We got Newton. We have our defensive tackle pairing with Tyree Wilson of the future. So Bo Nix just went off the board. Michael Penix went off the board also. So it gets a little spooky here. I don't know who's here at quarterback now. Damn, there's nobody. Shit. So we missed out on a quarterback, you guys. We missed out on a quarterback. Shit. Now, at this point, you may have to look at a trade. You may have to reach out to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You may have to say, what do you guys need? You know, what do you guys need and what do you want for Justin Fields? But right here, if these are the only guys on the board, I think a lot of these guys are going to be available later. And I don't know, Graham, why Penix would have went to Green Bay. They got Jordan Love out there. He's been playing okay this year. You can't trade players on this specific draft simulator, so we're not going to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to all, okay? Look at the talent on the board here. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with me here, and I know a lot of you wouldn't. You'd be like, what the hell are you doing? But honestly, I would take – at this point, I would just take a QB in the next round or try and trade for Justin Fields. But I'm looking at Cedric Van Pan here, or I'm looking at Cooper Beebe, the guard out of Kansas State. I'm looking at offensive line help. I think Cam Ward will be available in the next round, but I probably would look at Justin Fields right here. I would. But you know what? He said restart it. Y'all want to restart? We can restart it. You want me to just go take? I take Cedric. I take Cedric right here. I think he's going to be an all-pro center. I think he's going to be an all-pro center, and we need one. We need one. You said use Draft Buzz. I've never used that. Okay, so okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, we'll do this. I'm going to see what this Draft Buzz thing is. Draft Buzz, mock draft. Let me see what this shit's like. Mock draft. You know what? I'm not going to do this. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. All right, I'm just gonna go back to it. I'll go back 7 rounds. I didn't think that was a weird draft, you guys. Like, that was a weird ass draft. That was a weird draft. To see Penix go to Green Bay, it was like, what? Like, what the hell just happened? All right, so let me get off of this. I'm gonna go back to. I'm just gonna use the same one. I'm gonna use the same one. But I'm gonna get my quarterback early. I'm not even gonna play around because I see how this is gonna look. Go 7 rounds. Go fast. Man, I hate when this shit does this. Raiders. Let's draft. So close that lightly, son. All right. So we're going to get our quarterback here early. All right. No trades. Reject that, reject that, reject that. Oh, and I don't know if you guys know this. Real quick. Who's that guy on the board right there at 11? I don't know if anybody's familiar with Keon Coleman, okay, of the Florida State Seminoles. Salute to our brother, Paul Carousel. I don't know if you guys remember my guy. You guys remember my guy, man. Part of our Winning Circle podcast. He'll be back soon. He just picked up Keon Coleman. That is his new client. Salute to our brother Paul. And Paul's going to come back on the show here soon, probably in the next week or so. We were just texting, talking about we got to get a show going. Salute to our brother. He picked up Keon Coleman, man. A phenomenal talent. One of the top receivers in this draft. So dope to see our brother doing his thing. He now has Keon Coleman. He picked up a corner from Houston. And then we all know he has one of the greatest defensive tackles in the NFL. So you know what it is. But salute to our brother, the agent, Paul Carousel, man, our brother. All right, so Kool-Aid, Newton's there. We're gonna go to quarterbacks. We're not gonna play around right here. I see what they're doing here right now. JJ's there, Bo Nix is there, Michael Penix. I'm sorry, y'all. Penix is there, he's gone. He's out of there. Reject that. Oh, shit. Okay. Texas took Quinyon Mitchell. He's nice. Go back to all. So I will probably I may have to take Tavondre Sweat here, you guys, so we can get our defensive tackle. I like Donovan Jackson. Damn, Cedric Van Pran is still there, man. What would you guys rather do right here? Do you want to get a defensive tackle, or would you rather get our center? Because I think I'm gonna take Sweat here. I love Van Pran, but I'm gonna take Tavondre Sweat. Boom, trenches. So we're gonna continue the trenches here. We're gonna continue the trenches here. He's on the board. There we go. I get my guy. I like Tyler Guyton too out of Oklahoma, you guys. Tackle, nice, but this to me is going to be an all-pro center. Cedric Van Pran right there, boom, off the board. So now we got our quarterback of the future, our defensive tackle of the future, and we got our center of the future. Okay, I'm looking. I like TJ Tampa, the corner out of Iowa State. Blake Corum's there, you guys. Is it too early? It's round 4. Josh is walking. I feel that he's going to walk. I'm going to get Blake Corum right here. My running back in the 4th round. Here's what it is. Harbaugh gets his guy. All right. Let me see. Drake Nugent's still available. We already grabbed our center. I'm looking at Joshua Gray, Oregon State. I'm probably going to look at a guard here, you guys, or a tackle. Let me see. Go to offense. Let me see what the guards. See? Now, this is the time where we take Zach Zinter, you guys. This is the time. Go get Zach Zinter. He's available in the 5th round because of the leg injury. You got your guard of the future right there. All right, so we got a guard. We'll go to tackle. There's another one. And this could be a steal, you guys. I'm taking it. Keep it in the trenches right here. Javon Foster out of Missouri. Boom. Go back to all. So we're just feeding the trenches right now. Now I'm looking at potentially a corner here. Maybe an edge rusher. I like Quentin Newsom out of Nebraska. Truss is there still out of Georgia. All right, let me see, man. We can still keep it in the trenches here, you guys, and go get a guard. Not too familiar with Elijah Jones. Let me see. Go to corners. I like Jaden Davis. Might just have to get a corner right here. Shit. I'm going to take a corner. All right, go back to all. What receivers are available here? You could potentially get a 7th round a guy, maybe even I love those Iowa tight ends. Would you guys be okay with drafting a tight end here? Remember, Hooper's probably gone. We got Fotheringham on the practice squad, Jesper Horsted. You know what I mean? I'm taking the tight end here. I'm taking the tight end. And to be real with you, Iowa always has those guys. Always has those guys. So I'm going to go take the guy, Eric All out of Iowa, 6'4" tight end. I think we have one more pick, right? Oh, that's it. What do you guys think about this draft right here? You get Penix, you get Devondre Sweat, you got your quarterback of the future, your defensive tackle of the future to pair with Tyree Wilson in the interior of that defensive line. You got Cedric Van Pran in the 3rd round, which is a steal. The center out of Georgia, Blake Corum, the stud running back out of Michigan. Then you go get another Michigan guy in the next round, Zach Center. Zach Center, without that injury, you guys, he's a 1st-round talent. You get Javon Foster, tackle out of Missouri, very underrated. You're probably going to hear his name a lot more as it gets closer to draft time. Also, Jaden Davis, corner out of Miami, and you get Eric All, the tight end out of Iowa. We're taking a flyer on a 6'4" tight end out of Iowa. That school always have great tight ends. So there you have it, man. What do you guys think about that draft right there? I think we pretty much addressed everything. I think we could have used maybe another corner. You could have potentially looked at another linebacker. But we went and fed the trenches, you guys. We got our center of the future, our guard of the future. We potentially got a tackle of the future with Foster. You fed the trenches. You literally killed the trenches right there. What do y'all think? A lot of A's. Okay. My brother Ridge says thumbs up. Okay, cool. And the cool thing is, you guys, too, we're just doing these quick shows, but in the offseason, we're going to break down more about these players. So we're going to give you more insight on the player themselves than just drafting someone that you're not familiar, that you may not be familiar with. All right. So, when we start doing our mock drafts, we'll give you guys some stats. We'll give you some NFL comparisons. We'll do all that good stuff once the off season is official. We'll start having some notes and all that good stuff on these players. So one thing I hate doing is drafting a bunch of guys in a mock draft, and then a lot of my people, my family in the comment section aren't familiar with them. In the off season, with after this Broncos game, we're gonna have a lot of more free time to actually break down the draft and do that. So, yeah, man, there's going to be a good LB in UDFA, and there you go. And Ridge, these past few years, we've been looking at a lot of those UDFAs. Luke Masterson, Wake Forest, Darian Butler, Arizona State. We went and got the young pup out of what school did he go to? Was it North Carolina State, right? And then they ended up Seattle ended up picking him off of our practice squad. But we've been looking at UDFAs. Amari Burney, damn near. I mean, he was in the 6th round, but I'm gonna be real. I don't think anybody would have took Amari Burney. I think Amari Burney would have been a UDFA also, Rich. To be real, I think that they just seen something with him that they liked. But I thought Amari Burney would have fell to be a UDFA also. But you're right. You're right. Those LBs and UDFAs, there's always those undersized guys that people take flyers on because they have all the talent in the world. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to be unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a Antonio Pierce per se. You know, something like that. But A+. Oh, I love it. I love it. Salute to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys as always. Once again, we're working on a few new guests right now. Like I said before earlier, Hondo just reached out. We're going to get him on the show here soon. Yep, Spillane was a UDFA also, Rich. Facts. Shit, damn near every shit. We got a lot of UDFA linebackers right now. Divine Diablo was a 3rd round pick. I thought he would have went later. I thought he was a 5th round guy. I had him 5th round on my board. We took Drake Thomas as a UDFA, but yeah, there's a lot of guys. A lot of those linebackers, those undersized linebackers that go as UDFAs. Cowtown says 11. I always butcher that. Fuaga, 42. Michael Penix. He's not going to be available there, Cowtown. I know right now, technically, he is on a lot of these mock drafts, but he won't be available. James Williams, Josh Gray, Braden Fisk, Jaquan Shepard, Joe Milton. Okay, so you taking the guy out of Tennessee. He has a rocket of an arm. I'll tell you that. You're taking a flyer on him, huh? With Penix. Okay. My problem with Milton is I think he has accuracy issues. I think he has an arm. He has an arm. Arm strength is there. I just don't know if it's going to translate to the next level. Rick, I got Michigan winning the national championship. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. But salute to Cowtown, man. Appreciate you guys. We will be back tomorrow. Like I said before, we're working on some new guests. Wasted reached out to me about a specific guest that used to play for us that may have some dope stories to tell. Yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm not going to really put up any names yet. But salute to you guys. Thank you so much, as always, for supporting what I do over here at OakLosVegas Network. If there's a lot more to talk about tomorrow, I will be back. I'll probably end up doing, I know I've been doing these coffee and convos late, you know what I'm saying, because I've been having a lot of stuff. I just started my new 30-day cleanse and workout regimen, so I've been doing my working out stuff early. But I'm going to try and get one in early tomorrow. If not, you'll see me at some point. You know what I mean? But salute to Richard. I appreciate you, bro. He says, great show. Thank you. AC, thank you. Money, thank you. All my people in the building. Salute to my members and non-members. Salute to everybody. If you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Real quick, Any Given Sunday sauces. Go get your hot sauce. PlanetRaiders.com and also WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go get you a bottle of that goat whiskey. Tell them Graphk sent you, man. Salute. Love y'all, man. As always, appreciate you guys. I'm outro. One.
That's what I'm talking about.